here with James Sumrell, who's the Chief Operations Officer for Clarksville-Montgomery County School System. And James, you a little bit earlier, you were talking about some of the real benefits that we derive from choices like cleaner school buses. Tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah, so it was a long process as we looked at the possibility of converting to cleaner fuel vehicles. And so we bought one of the buses. The first thing we did, we didn't want to read about the data. We wanted to see about the data and operate the vehicle in our fleet. And all of that data was really good. But the thing that really caused us to make this investment in our fleet was when we read the data about the negative effect that diesel soot can have on any human being, but specifically on young children with faster metabolism and developing lungs. So when we incorporated all that and the great data that the bus was able to produce for us working in our county under our conditions, it made it a pretty easy decision to go forward.
It's interesting how the cost savings of removing some of that diesel soot cleanup equipment helps at the same time you're trying to help the kids that ride the bus.
Yeah, it's the kids is really what it's all about, and it's we've got a large fleet right now, and there's a little bit of an unknown is how is that vehicle going to operate 10 or 12 years from now. We really don't know that, but all of the metrics to this point would indicate that the vehicle is going to have a good full long service life, and throughout that service life it's going to be providing a better ride to school for us.
And it's 20 plus years is the life you're looking for?
Yeah, that's what the diesel engine can do. We've got a great maintenance department here. We take really good care of our vehicles. It's a capital investment of some $80,000, so we want to get the maximum utilization. It's a very, very safe vehicle, as you know, all the data on that. So the real hesitancy was, will that engine hold up for 17 to 20 years and allow us to really maximize that investment? And so far, so good. And we have every reason to believe that the vehicle will continue to perform very well for us.
And it helps when you have people like Ford and Roush building your engine to have some faith in the longevity of the engine.
Yeah, and I think they're just as interested in us in having that success and watching how the vehicle's performing. And so that's a nice partnership also. And our partnership with you is really what's made it all happen for us. That we have... So in my mind, I have to buy the bus anyway, right? I mean, I'm going to be buying buses, and what the relationship with you has allowed us to do is we make the same investment on buying the diesel engine, and the grant monies that you have helped to arrange have allowed us to upgrade the vehicle to a propane engine, picking up those the value of the propane vehicle, the low cost of fuel, and then ultimately the zero carbon emissions that is the great ride for our kids.
And it helps you get a critical mass in terms of infrastructure, knowledgeable maintenance people, and some of the other stuff you need. That funding helps you kind of get things off the ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we hope we have this funding for years and years to come, but at least if you get to that point, you can do a better ROI without having to figure out if the infrastructure costs have to be included and one of those other harder to put your arms around costs sometimes.
Yeah, we're fully committed. We started out with the one bus, and we just really let it operate and determined what it could do for us. And then the fleet has expanded and expanded. When we first started, we made no investment in infrastructure. Literally, the maintenance manager had a propane company bring their truck to our lot to fuel the few buses. But then over the years, we've been able to add propane fueling sites. We'll be adding our third one in the county here during this upcoming school year. So we're making every attempt to really broaden our ability to operate these vehicles.
That's great. And this is just a great story, and to the point of him talking about reducing carbon and soot. One of the things we've learned over the last 30 years with the EPA is that we're all the way down to particulate matter that used to be PM, then it was PM10, then it was PM 2.5. That's the latest regulation we have. But what we've learned is you get down to particulate matter, which the main source of this that we know of is diesel emissions, is PM1, 1 micron across particulate matter emissions. that for you or I or for a child goes straight through the lungs and into the bloodstream. And that's the kind of stuff we're trying to remove, because we really don't know long term sometimes what those impacts are, but we're trying to eliminate them.
Right.
So we don't have to worry about them.
Exactly.